Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today because there's no more building permits. And man, oh man, this is unbelievable. Plus, today we're going to hear from Dr. Gundry. Now, let's get right into it. The city of Beverly Hills, California, arguably one of the most expensive cities in the country, just had a ruling issued by a judge because of affordable housing. Think about this. For the last 50 years, they've been complaining about affordable housing in California and that we need areas that everybody can live in and that anybody can afford. Now, when you go to higher end cities like Beverly Hills, California, I don't know who can afford to live there. Most of us can. I can't afford to live there, and most of my audience can't afford to live there. But what Judge Curtis Kin did is unbelievable. Because in 2021, the National Association of Affordable Housing here in Southern California, started to sue cities to say, hey, you've got to have these affordable housing available for everyone. And we don't care what city you are. Well, Judge Kin got a hold of this and he said, yeah, they're right. You know what? No more building permits will be issued for any renovations until you figured out the affordable housing problem for the city of Beverly Hills. Guys, think about this. There is no more, you rip your fence down, you need a building permit, you need a water heater fix. I'm going with the minor things. There's no getting a building permit for this right now. It has completely been blocked. Existing developments that are done, meaning housing developments, multiple housing developments that are done, yes. Any renovations, any new construction, any remodels, you want to build your house down. Here's the trick that a lot of you don't understand. You know how they'll go out and they'll buy an old house and they'll rip it down and they'll leave up one wall? Well, that's considered a remodel, guys. It's not new construction, even though they're going to go take $1 million house and turn it into a $40 million house. That is a remodel. That's done right now. Everything is done in the city of Beverly Hills. You cannot get a building permit until you figure out affordable housing for the city, for everybody. Now, here is the problem with this. The affordable housing is for the lowest echelon of people to have you become a homeowner, okay? Well, wait a second. We wouldn't qualify for this. I wouldn't qualify for this. 95%, maybe more, maybe 98% of my audience wouldn't qualify for that. And they want to give this just for the sake of giving it. Okay? Whoa, okay? So what he did was something drastic. Nothing's getting done in the city until you solve this. This is going to create pandemonium because what it's going to do with other people that are like, you know what? That's a good idea. Why don't we do what Judge Kin did and shut down building permits in our city till this problem gets handled? With the migrant problem that we've had lately in the United States, imagine this problem. You can't fix your house up in Beverly Hills, California. Okay? You guys, it's worth driving through some of these cities. I am in Pasadena outside of the Huntington Library right now and just walking through the grass area. It's really pretty out here. But this is crazy. You go through some of these houses that are $20 and $30 million that none of us will ever afford or never want to afford. But here's the crazy thing. You have to have affordable housing in that city. Okay? So let's fix it. This is going to create absolute chaos and pandemonium when it comes to building right now. Now, the next one is the city of Huntington Beach, California, where I live. Okay? And the thing about Huntington Beach is they sat down and in 2021, they put a mandate through Huntington Beach and said, you have to build 13,400 affordable housing units in the city of Huntington Beach. I am telling you guys, dumps that were built in the 1950s that need to be ripped down are going for $1.5 million. Now, where do you build 13,400 units? Read the story below because it's insane. So the city of Huntington Beach put it on the ballot last year and says, do you guys want this affordable housing in our city? And of course, it was overwhelmingly approved that they didn't want it. People said, we don't want to be forced to have affordable housing in our city. And the question is, where do you build it? Okay? There's a couple pieces of land between the ocean And literally a block, they've put 2 hotels there, but there's one spot of land there. But I don't know where you put 13,000 houses. I really, really don't. I have no clue in that city where you would put that. The city of Huntington Beach, just lost an appeal to where the appellate court said, no, you have to do this. You got to get it done now. So this is going to be absolute chaos when it comes to construction. But you and I'm telling you, this is not for us. Well, damn, it's going to bring down the price of houses. It's going to make things more affordable for all of us so that we can go have a nice home ownership and have the American dream. And no, it's done. It's done. Okay? This is for free lunch. This is for other stuff like that. It's not for us. Okay? So let me know what you think about this, because this is just, it's unbelievable. And what Judge Ken did in Beverly Hills is going to make national news as of today, after I talk about this. And it's going to be something that, what do you do? What is the right answer to this? Now, you need to have affordable housing. The problem with it is that I don't care where you live. And I could show you responses for the last 2 weeks. We have people from around the country in different areas. Some are good temperatures, some are cold, but they are building those dormitory style apartment buildings that are basically 5 stories that don't have a backyard. But when they have rent, I don't care where you live, they're charging people $3,000 a month for an apartment. Well, that's expensive. How is that affordable? My favorite here in Los Angeles County, where I'm at right now, they built affordable housing units 3 years ago to solve the homeless problem, $3,400 for a 1-bedroom place. Okay? This is right before real estate took off and went insane. So with that, what's the answer? What is the answer? Okay? Free rent? Free love? No. You know, somebody sent me something that was so true. When we were in our 20s, I mean, I know people that are multi-millionaires that have property, money, everything. But when they were young, they slept in their car. These guys were broke. These guys had nothing. And hey, remember when Mom kicked me out? It was one of them. It was a brother of mine. Yeah, I slept in my car before I lived at Tim's house. You know, okay, this guy, we went out and worked and saved money and got ahead and then moved forward. And David, you know, bought a condo, you know, his first one at 20 years old, okay? Well, you can't do that anymore, guys. Those days are done. So it's not affordable. Wages haven't kept up. Everything hasn't kept up with this. And we're supposed to just give, hey, affordable housing for everybody. Right. Okay? I'm going to bring Doug on the show this week. I already talked to him. Said, you got to come in and talk foreclosures because we're getting so much activity on it. Let me know your thoughts on this. Is the affordable housing mess going to be solved? What do you think about this? Did what this judge do, is this going to help or is it going to hinder things? Let me know. Okay? Share your thoughts on that. Let's talk about our sponsor, Dr. Gundry. Dr. Gundry is a cardiologist who became famous because he couldn't lose weight. Tried everything. Tried running multiple miles a day, tried working out, tried low-fat diets, low-carb diets, and he could not lose the weight. What he finally realized was that it all came down to his gut health and what he was putting inside. As kids, we were all told about the ridiculous food pyramid and how we should eat a certain way, and it's not real. So what Dr. Gundry did, and that made the entire difference, was he found out it's what you put inside your body, and he found out one thing. He has a video you can watch, thenewgutfix.com/Dan, and you can see what he did. It's very simple, and take a look at it today. But look at what Dr. Gundry did. This helps fight food cravings, bloating, belly fat, and it makes all the difference in the world with being healthy and losing weight. Dr. Gundry has kept the weight off for decades now. Check out the video today, thenewgutfix.com/Dan. Use the link below. Check it out today. Another week, another set of scams. And the first one that's awful is in Broward County in Florida. There was a charity called Men of Style. And what it was a big fundraising event that they did to help homeless men, and people donated hundreds of thousands of dollars. But think about this. People that ran the event put checks from an event and stuck it at a postal drop box. Oh, man. Okay, well, of course the post office is going to pick it up, right? Nope. Somebody intercepted the checks. Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of checks were, washed. And what they do is they take the name of the person that they're writing the check to, and they change the name. Then they go to a check cashing place and cash the checks to the tune of $200,000. Isn't that horrible? Absolutely horrible. So once again, you have to worry about everything. Thieves everywhere. So, one thing that I get a kick out of is the people that got their student loan debts forgiven. You may have to pay state taxes on that. You should pay federal taxes. You should get a 1099-K or whatever that's called, a D or C or whatever that is. I'm not the accountant. But I'm mad about this, okay? I'm mad about people getting a $5,000 Visa card, okay, that don't deserve it. I'm mad about people that get their student loans forgiven. And I didn't get that. I would love that. I would love that challenge with you guys. Give me $150,000 of free money and watch what I do with it. Seriously. I would be man enough for that challenge, to be scrutinized, to be able to go, wow, that guy turned that into like 800 grand. I'd love that challenge. But these people that are freaking out now, I'm going to have to pay taxes because you forgave $88,000. Yeah, it's like getting $88,000 in income. Oh, okay. Uber and Lyft drivers in California have got a real problem because people are being classified as employees right now. And you have to have, when you're an employee, you have rights, which is good. You're entitled to breaks. You're entitled to lunches, certain time off, certain things like that. And the problem with it is once you're an Uber driver, if you've ever hopped into an Uber with anybody, I talk to these guys all the time. And they either do it as a side hustle, it is their main income. And the people that do it as their main income, they're either real good at it or bad at it. And what I mean by that is they schedule their day, schedule their time. I want to work 8 hours today. I'm going to work till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's it, Dan. Great. Okay? So these people are going to have to pay, from Uber, they're going to have breaks and time off and things like that. And then they're going to be classified differently for their taxes. And none of these people like this. Now, Fat Burger here in Southern California is a good burger place. I like it. A guy that owns, I think he owns 6 or 8 Fat Burgers right now, is laying people off and cutting people back because of the fact that burgers are going to go, you're going to have workers get charged $20 an hour. It is going to make your Fat Burger $20 to get a hamburger. Now, the problem with this, guys, is this is insane. It used to be that you could go out to dinner and eat a cheap meal, and it would be, it would be a few dollars to do this. And we talked about this. I've had so many people say, oh, we used to go to Spires, we used to go to this restaurant. Now you're paying tablecloth prices for fast food. And again, when you used to go to Applebee's and the lower end places, Spoons, Chili's, places like that, okay? It used to be inexpensive. Now it's so expensive to do this that people cannot afford it right now. But I don't want to sit down and I'm telling you guys, I could just do, hey, it's the receipt show where I get all your receipts, but you guys send me where, Dan, we 2 people, we had 2 drinks and 2 burgers, $88 at Applebee's. Insanity right now. Insanity. So I want to show you guys something because on Saturday, Buddy and I were together and we're like, what do you want? Want something simple? Let's go. Oh, you know what? Let's go to Spires, get one of those cheap steak dinners and take it home. Okay? Okay. Okay. Look at this. Because it's not cheap anymore, guys. Look at this video. Okay, those discount places the restaurant has the deals that you go to, and it's got the soup, the salad, and everything. Remember when back in the day they were like $5? Now, your ribeye steak is $25.49. Pork chops are $17. Fettuccine Alfredo's $18, but you get soup and salad and everything with that. But life is expensive, guys. This is the total cheap discount place called Spires in Tustin. It's fantastic, but it's unbelievable how expensive things have gotten. Once again, guys, it's not reasonable anymore. It's expensive to go out and eat. But again, I go out to eat because of the convenience. I go out to eat because we'll have a meeting. Hey, let's go meet this guy. Or my buddy comes in, and we start talking and gibberish and stuff. And it's like, oh, let's go get something simple. But to go spend that kind of money to get the cheap meal, who can afford it? How can you take your kids out to do this and eat? Grandkids. Okay? It's too much. It's too much. Country Club Mortgage just announced that they're going to lay off 105 people. One thing that I learned is that when you have over 100 layoffs, you have to give the employees 60 days notice, and this is going to take effect February 4th, and they kind of kept it under the radar because they're Exeter, Visalia, all these different locations here in California. They're going to lose this, but the mortgage industry is in real trouble right now, and it's not going to turn around real quickly, and they want you to think it is, and they want you to think that real estate, that they're going to drop interest rates. But it's interesting, with Ron DeSantis dropping out, of his race, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Now, I myself don't think that President Biden's going to be on the ticket in the fall. That's what I think. And we can talk much more about that in the future, but that's just my prediction, okay? And I think it's going to be Governor Hairgel. Lucky you guys, okay? Lucky you guys. Let me know what you think about this. Share your thoughts on that stuff. A few things to finish up this video. I'm not the biggest Dave Ramsey fan. I like some of the things. I just think his arrogance is too much and too strong. There is a great video that Dave Ramsey did where somebody called into his show to say, what is the deficit? What is our national debt? I don't want to sound stupid, but can you explain it to me? And he does a brilliant job explaining this. So that video is below, and props to Dave Ramsey for explaining it the way he did, because it's absolutely brilliant and it just puts it into perspective for you. So check it out today. There is an app that device you can buy that is $33, and it turns your TV into a 4K art gallery. It's kind of cool, and I thought, that's kind of neat. If you wanted to have something different for your kids or grandkids, you plug this thing in. The story's below on that. But it just gives something more peaceful instead of just TV on all the time. Okay? Next one is, do you guys remember Pioneer Chicken? Pioneer Chicken. They had over 1,000 locations at one point, and in 1988, they finally went bankrupt. And they went bankrupt, and they were bought, remaining assets out of bankruptcy were bought by Popeyes, and they never rebounded from that. To give you guys an idea, the opening of Full House, the TV show, shows a Popeyes chicken. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all these different basketball players would go eat there, and you'd see it all on TV. And even El DeBarge did a music video at a Popeyes chicken, Rhythm of the Night, I think the name of the song is. But the point is that this is something that you've seen forever, okay? So with that, the grandson and granddaughter of the original owner want to go out, and they want to reopen Popeyes Chicken. So hopefully they can do it. There's only 2 locations left right now, and they're trying to raise money. But I just thought, well, that's kind of cool. But they're young. They're 21 and 20 years old. Read the story below. Now, the final story, which was sent to me, which is kind of, this is ridiculous because it's absolutely so preposterous. There were 580,000 beds sold at Walmart and Wayfair that broke, okay, during use, is what the story says. And you read this, I'm like, during use. Oh, they're talking about sex, okay? So it's kind of funny because it's like, hey, listen, during use, the bed can break. And it's like, it's the funniest story ever because it's like, hey, I invited Stella over, and she's kind of a thick gal, and it broke during use. So they recalled 580,000 beds because they broke during use, okay? Her, she's crazy. Give her a couple pizzas and she'll just be there. It'll be fun. I think that's kind of Bill Clinton is what I was doing there. But You know what I mean? So read that story because it's hilarious. Okay. So please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and just don't break your bed during use. Okay. Read that because it's funny. It's the way that they worded this was hilarious. It's like your grandkids are going to read it or something. So share your thoughts. You want to send me anything, hello@iallegedly.com. I will see you guys very soon.